Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name's Laura and I'm from UK. I keep saying from UK, not from the UK, but anyway, it's off to a great start already, isn't it guys? So today we're going to be using the two new kits that came out yesterday, and if you guys didn't know, Sims actually shared my post on one of my builds on their Instagram story, and also one of the groups I'm a moderator for as well, so that was cool. So yeah, not a fangirl moment whatsoever, but I mean, it totally was. Anyway, so today we're going to be working on another family home, what's new. This home I made for a family of 5, yeah. So it's a adult single mother, and she has an older son who has an infant. I imagine that his son is a young adult and he has an infant little boy, and he's moved back in with his mum because it was easier for him because he's also a single parent. So he's back living here, and he lives in the basement so that we could have a basement build as well as the greenhouse. And his little boy stays upstairs with his mum. So the mum also has 2 teenage daughters. So we have 2 teenage daughters, a young adult son, an infant grandson, and obviously the grandmother or the mum, you know what I mean. So that's who we're making this build for. Now, I haven't made a home without a platform, I don't think ever. I did struggle with the fact that the plants kept clipping because I'm not used to having that trouble with these type of plants that I'm putting down now, because usually the platform's there so it doesn't go into the actual building, but it did take me quite a bit of time on and off camera to get all of the plants out of the walls, because it's the most frustrating thing ever when that happens. But we got there in the end, so that's alright, but it did take me quite a while. So yeah, I wanted this home to be very green. I wanted the mum or the grandmother, whoever you like to call her, to be really into gardening and just have a very like open back garden and front garden where she can be creative with whatever she likes to plant and just make it look very homely. And it was really nice actually, because I haven't built something like this before. It kind of felt a bit more British to me because there's quite a lot of houses like this at the front, like this front section where they've got windows, a bit like a miniature greenhouse or conservatory. So I'm used to building my more American styled suburban houses, so it was quite nice for a change. And I really liked using these colours. The blue and the yellow I think go really nicely together, and it made it feel very like spring vibes. So yeah, I decided to add a swing up the front as well because you can never not have a swing. I really like it. I did struggle a bit with the stairs at the very beginning, as you'll see now, working on the floor plan, because I wasn't sure where I wanted to place the stairs, because I wanted it to be in a closed off little space. I didn't want it to be just central, so I decided to go with this direction in the end, and I matched it downstairs, which did take a minute to try and make it level, but it's fine, we got there in the end. So I'm just working on the floor plan. I wanted to have the kitchen and dining interlinked together, as I usually do, because I quite like that in my kitchen and dining areas. But doing the upstairs landing, guys, I don't know what was happening with this little nook, but the window was not having it, so in the end we just went with an open little flat area because there's nothing I could really do about it. So that's kind of frustrating, but it Sims, it's okay. So now I'm just making a greenhouse in the back garden, which I haven't done in a very long time. I have made them, but not for a while, like I said. But I really like this build. I just think it's really homely, and I can like totally imagine that the mum of this family is like such a green thumb and loves being outside and just loves the outdoors, and I don't know, I just get a really nice vibe from this house. I decided to add a patio area as well, and I put a little wedding arch, but it's not meant for a wedding, over by that little seat on the right side of the house. Or left side from the front, but you know what I mean. Yeah, so I just decided to add some chickens here and some outdoor things like a bird feeder and a place for her to do her washing outside in case she wanted to do that. I just felt like she was like really outdoorsy and just like that type of thing. So this is the bit I was on about. And I haven't used this arch in a very long time, so it was really nice to use, and it's very tropical, so it made me feel really summery. So yeah, we're just working on the what's it called, the greenery. I decided to add some more of the same, they're not really flowers, but you know, I just call it greenery, out to the back garden to make it feel a bit more like she'd actually planted some stuff at the back garden, because usually I kind of leave it plantless, which is kind of silly because it's not realistic, but this definitely pushed me out of my comfort zone to do more planting and greenery at the back garden, because it's not something I usually do. And again, the clipping, my gosh, the clipping, guys, I swear. So I'm just adding in some extra details to the back garden. I wanted them to have a seating area because I just felt like it was really like homely then, and they could use the outside a bit more. And I actually did forget to add a barbecue in, so after I filmed this I'll go and add one in before I upload it to the gallery. But I was thinking that they could have like barbecues outside in the summer, and the grandmother or the son could watch the grandson or the son play, the little infant, when he aged up to a toddler. So I added this little slide from Growing Together and the little blue and red seat from Toddler Stuff, I do believe. So yeah, I love this pot that I just added, guys. I actually don't know what pack it's from. I wasn't really paying attention at the bottom then, but so now we are moving on to the greenhouse, and I just realised I forgot to add a gate on the little playpen area that I've used for the chickens, so that's something I'll also have to go back and add. I haven't actually used this little planter thing before. It's always like a bit too big for the inside, so I think it like really suits this greenhouse. It's from the Blooming something kit, I don't know the specific name, but you know what I mean, I hope. I really love the clutter items in the greenhouse kit. I just think it's really lovely. It's definitely worth the buy, guys. Like, it's just really nice. It's like simplistic, but like it adds like another layer of realism to a game, which I really like, and it, like I said, has pushed me to make more or do more with the exterior, because I really always do just leave it very plain. But yeah, anyway, so now we're moving on to the kitchen. It's kind of one of my like generic kitchens. It looks kind of similar to what I always do, but I do really like how it turned out. I love the colour swatches and the simplicity of it. I actually said it correct today, guys. I could not say simplicity the other day. I swear I always mess up something in my voiceovers, but I have yet to, so we'll see if we do later on. So yeah, I added in a little pet dish in case they wanted to have a cat or a dog. I imagine she's kind of like a cat woman, but who knows, you guys might make something completely different, and that's awesome. So I'm just adding in the dining table, and I swapped the chairs around. See, I knew it would happen. Swapped the chairs around quite a bit because I wasn't sure on the colour swatch I wanted, because it all seemed a bit too white, but it was fine. I stuck with my usual shades. So yeah, just adding in some plants in a sec, I think, and some lighting, some art deco on the wall. Maybe I didn't add plants, that's the first, guys. And a little table. Yeah, I didn't add plants, shocker. So now we're moving on to the living area. I really wasn't sure what like shape I wanted for this room, because again it's kind of like an awkward shape to fit the sofas in and the TV area, but I do end up swapping it for a fireplace, and I put the telly on top of the fireplace. So I do like it, but it's very cramped. But I guess sometimes that's what makes it a bit more homely. So yeah, I'm just adding in these little chairs from the new pack, the basement one. I really like them. I think they're like, they look a bit like older people chairs, but like really comfy. Like my nan used to have one like that in her house. So yeah, I decided to add in a little desk nook in the corner because I struggled to know what to fill this with, and usually I'll put some like kids clutter, but we didn't have any children. We've got an infant and then 2 teenagers, so you can always swap this area out for some toys once the infant gets older. But yeah, I wanted her desk to be really cluttered, and I thought perhaps like her mum comes to stay sometimes, like the mum's mum, so the teenager's gran. So I added in this little desk area because I thought maybe she could be on the computer in here, and then I added in this other little office area because I thought the mum could work in this area, so she had her own independent space. So I didn't really add too much to the office because I never really know what to put in here, so if you have any ideas, guys, let me know. I did add some clutter from the new basement kit and just some clutter from some other kits, to be honest. The actual clutter kit of the mugs and the water bottle. So now we're just moving on to the upstairs, and as you can see, guys, they've actually added spots on the surfaces now of sinks and toilets where you can add clutter, which does wonders for the toilet and some of the sinks, but this one you can only add one thing to the top of the sink, so I did struggle a little bit, and then I realised I was being silly and I should have just put the toothpaste and toothbrush on top of the sink and then moved it away like I usually do when I'm alt placing stuff, but I must have had a silly moment where I wasn't thinking straight. So I'm just now working on the other bathroom, and as you'll see, I actually do it correct this time, so it was much quicker. I do really like these bathrooms though. I think they're a really nice colour. I like the blue. So now we're just moving on to the mum's room. I wanted to have like a plant vibe in her room, so her bed sheet covers are plant themed. I really love this cupboard as well. The what's it called, the dresser and the wardrobe, I really like them. It's what I'd do if I was in Sims world. That's what I'd have in my room. I decided to add some clutter from the greenhouse kit that came out yesterday to her room, just to add some extra greenery to her space. So now we are working on the first teenage daughter's room. I imagine this daughter is the older of the two. I kind of imagine the daughters to be like 17 and 15 perhaps. This is the 17-year-old's bedroom. It looks very autumnal to me, or fall for you other guys. But yeah, I just really like these colours, and I imagine that she's artistic but also likes like snow sport, like skiing or snowboarding, so I added this wall decor to the side of her room. That's her like goal in her lifetime, to like specialise in snowboarding or skiing, or yeah. But she also likes art and is a bit hipster-esque, so yeah. So I decided to add some more clutter. What's new? And added some study stuff on her bed, and some headphones to her side table, and a phone, of course. Yeah, I did try and add an easel, but I was like, yeah, that's not gonna work. So now we're moving on to the younger teenager's bedroom. I wanted hers to be similar. I wanted it to kind of be a bit hipster as well, but I ended up going a bit too pink. I did find these curtains in this swatch, and I thought, well, I really like that. I love the bottoms of them. It kind of looks a bit like, I don't know, Indian vibe, which I really love, or like a bit bohemian. So I decided to change the wallpaper colour slightly so it blended in a bit better, and I'm adding some clutter to the top of the wardrobe. I imagine that these things are like from when she was younger. Maybe she was like a 90s child and she's got this old phone, and just some stuff that she has just kept in boxes because she doesn't know where to put it, because there's a lot of clutter in her room, there's not much space to put stuff. So yeah, that's what I was going for. So now we're moving on to the final room. Now this is the eldest son's room. Like I said, I imagine he moved back in with his mother, and his little boy stays upstairs. Oh, I didn't include that room, did I? Did I? No. I haven't edited that in, guys. Gosh, my brain's gone today. so I'll have to go back and add the infant's room upstairs because I forgot to. I have filmed it, I just haven't added it into this footage. So yeah, I am doing the elder son's room. Now I really love this. I don't think I've ever made a basement before. Well, I have obviously in my lifetime of Sims, but not in a very long time. So yeah, it was really nice to do something different and add some clutter downstairs. I usually do attic spaces because us Brits don't have basements. We have attics instead, upstairs obviously, but we don't have basements. Well, some do, like older houses, but I've never had a house with a basement. I've never been in a basement, I don't think. Or maybe once in a townhouse. But yeah, generally speaking, I don't. So I added in some picture frames down here to like symbolise the mother's history and like the loss of their dad, and just to have like a bit of a memory wall. So now I'm working on the infant's room, which I've actually put in now to the footage. I didn't want to make it too cluttered up here. I like that it's quite little, and I just wanted to have like a nice cozy space for his son. So I am coming to the end of my video, guys, and the screenshots will play in a second. So I really hope you guys enjoyed, and there'll be another video over the weekend, hopefully, but if not, definitely on Monday, with some more voiceovers, and yeah, probably some community lots next time, because you guys seem to love community lots, and I haven't done one in a few days, so that is what will be up next time, probably. You know, it's me, I'll probably end up doing a family home again, but we should try and have some community lots. So I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I shall see you guys next time, and thank you very much for watching. Thanks guys, bye!
I made an old man. I said, tell me your story. He took out an old pen and wrote something for me. He kept walking on down the road, and I watched him disappear like smoke. And I thought I'd just seen a ghost. Then I looked down at what he wrote. It said, son, when you grow up you'll be fine. I know you've got questions on your mind. Life is gonna happen one way or the other, whether you like it or not. Stop looking for the answers, and you'll find what you've got. Searching for glory. I took out an old pen and wrote in my story. Then I kept walking on down the road. When your time is up, it's time to go. I pray he reads what's on the note and takes to heart what I wrote. I said, son, when you grow up you'll be fine. I know you've got questions